Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Valentina. Welcome and thank you very much for stopping by. Today's video is gonna be a sort of homage for my first year anniversary, and I'm gonna go through how we organized our wedding in order to keep it on a budget. The other day I was doing some research and I found out that the average wedding in the UK can cost around 30 grand. And I had a twitching moment and I looked at my husband. I was like, this is not possible. How? There was a lot of DIY, a lot of like cuts of things that you actually don't need. And I'm not saying that like if you have the budget, go for it. I told my husband the other day that if I had the budget, I would have definitely done a Harry Potter themed wedding. Regardless if he was gonna like it or not. We managed to organize a wedding where nothing was missing, where everyone was having fun, and most of all, it became the day that I will remember forever as the best day of my life. Before we start, show some support and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. So I've got all of my notes here. The whole thing started after we found the location because I couldn't picture anything till we actually found the location. So as a location, we picked the Eastbury Manor house in Barking. We've been redirected over there by our friend Kirsty. The moment we found the location, all my ideas started to pop up, and you know, I found inspirations from Pinterest. Pinterest was the thing where I was going to check if something that I had in my head was possible. We were really struggling to find a location. Everywhere where we were going, they were asking us for a crazy amount of money. The first location we went to was the Queen's house in Greenwich, and they asked us 6 grand. If you go to an historical building, because obviously they want to protect everything as much as possible, because most of the things that you see in there, they're the original things, like the floors and all the painting. Obviously you don't want to ruin something that has been in there for centuries. You have to go with the list of suppliers that they give you, and all those suppliers were so expensive. The great thing about the Eastbury Manor house, apart from being beautiful, is that it is a council-owned building, so they can pump up the prices. Price list is set by the council. It was perfect. When we saw it, I was like, this is it. We fell in love with the building. We fell in love with all the green that was around. It was just beautiful. It was giving me that rustic feeling that it was like one of my ideas for the wedding. Regarding all of the printable stuff, so invitations, menus, and place cards, I use a website called Papier. So I'm gonna leave all of the websites and the links for everything that I'm telling you is gonna be in the description box down below. I came across this website just by putting on Google wedding invitations, and they have so many templates, you guys, for like any sort of occasions that you're planning. Go and have a look on their website, because they have templates for every kind of party, that is birthday, christening, communion, confirmation, wedding, birthdays, whatever is the occasion, they have a template. We were actually able to get samples for free. We got 4 different samples for the invitations, and the quality of the paper was fantastic. So when you order, you get the invitation and the envelope. What I was looking for was for like not spending a crazy amount of money, but I still wanted the quality. The invitation was very simple, was like sort of that dirty white color, like a very thick, luxurious feeling paper. We had 2 separate invitations made, so the normal ones for ceremony and reception, and then just for the people that were coming for the party part of the wedding. And then for the menu, I actually took inspiration from the garden of the Eastbury Manor house. I got this template with this sort of cherry tree coming from the corner, and then underneath there was the whole menu. And then the place cards, I got plain place cards, so they were like a pink fading in the white, and then I hand wrote all the names. Then catering, as I said, we were very lucky with Kirsty. My advice for not spending a ridiculous amount of money on the food as well: you don't serve an infinite amount of food. That is something that I just can't stand from Italian weddings. Pawel told me as well that like in Polish weddings you just have a lot of food on the table, and what bugs me is that more often than not all of that food gets wasted as well. What we did, we decided to do a prosecco reception right after the ceremony, so we had the prosecco and some canapes while we were taking pictures and, you know, chit-chatting and relaxing before actually sitting, having the room turned over and sitting down at the table. Then I had one starter and one main, and then we had the cake. What I feel all the time is that every time I go to a wedding is that, yeah, the food is delicious, but then the best part is the wedding cake, and I never have space for the wedding cake. Regarding beverages, we went to Costco. We went to Costco because the Eastbury Manor house offered us the beverages, but to save money on that, we went to Costco and we got everything: water, still water, sparkling water, all the spirits, juices, mixers, anything. We were not missing anything. In fact, we had extra stuff. I had a few people come in and go like, but is that for free? And I was like, well, of course. They were not expecting free alcohol throughout the whole night. I don't know why. Oh, maybe here works in a different way. Let me know in the comment down below, because in Italy and Poland you have drinks on the groom and the bride, I guess. I don't know. Regarding wedding favors, that was another DIY that we did. How it works in Italy, you basically give a little bag with some almond confetti inside. You put either 3 or 5 for good luck, and then you give a little present with it. So the color scheme for our wedding was blue and pink, not like a bright baby pink. It was more like a soft, elegant, grown-up pink. So I found these little blue bags in Italy, and I bought this pink ribbon. I think that was from Amazon. So Amazon, Etsy, and AliExpress, those were websites that where I was on every single day to find the less expensive stuff, but like that was looking good. And then we gave 2 tiny bottles. There I have to thank my friend Patri, because she handwritten on each bottle my name and Pawel's name with the wedding day. And then in each bottle for each bag we put a little bottle of vodka and a little bottle of limoncello. Those were our wedding favors. And then still from Amazon, I think I got a little tag that was saying handmade with love. I thought it was, and it was giving that touch of rustic to the whole thing. Oh, and also because like confettis are a really, like, it's a very weddingy thing, I put a little station with different flavors of confetti, because I was like, if people are gonna see that these are here, they're gonna eat them. And you know, I wanted, because we didn't have a massive amount of wedding favors anyway, so not every single guest that was coming after for the party we're gonna be able to get a wedding favor. So I still wanted people to have the confetti, so we put this little station with a lot of different flavors of confetti, and they were gone by the end of the night. That's what I love to see, like people are enjoying everything so much that we ran out of everything. When I saw that all the confetti jars were empty, I was like, yes. Finding the photographer is another thing that made me a bit anxious, because all the photographers that I was finding were absolutely crazy expensive. I do understand that after you spend these hours with the bride and the groom, you go to your office and you start editing everything. But first of all, I didn't want massive edits. I don't want anything too posy. I want you to be able to catch, I don't know, people laughing, people joking, a kiss here and there. But then for £1,200, I was like, this sounds crazy. And each extra hour was £100 extra. I was talking to Celia about it, who was one of my witnesses, and her girlfriend was like, you know what, I'll find you a photographer. So she went on Facebook, did all of her research, sent me all of the names and links that she found. So I talked to this guy. We didn't even meet in person, and I'm gonna leave the link for his Instagram page and his Facebook page down below, so you can go and see his work. It was just like the location. I talked to him and I knew he was the one. He sounded so professional and so calm, not crazy expensive, first of all. And he was like, you know what, for what you want, this is the amount of money that I can give you. This, you can expect this and this and this and this for me. He works with a videographer as well. We didn't want a video. We had all of our friends making videos throughout the whole day anyway. He did exactly what we wanted, and plus he was just making me feel so pretty. He was like, oh, who's the most beautiful bride? I was like, me. And I know he says it to every single bride, but I don't know, in that moment, you know, it's you're the only bride in there, so it just makes you feel extra special. Do a lot of research when it comes to photographers. You don't settle with the person that tells you that like is £1,500. For the DJ, that was like one of the bumps that we had, is a bump that came 3 weeks before the wedding day, which made me panic a little bit. It turned out to be fine at the end. We ended up being ditched by our DJ. There's a more detailed story about it. If you go, I'm gonna leave you the link. I never remember which way it is. Of the video where I'm doing my makeup. I did that video, I think right after we came back from our honeymoon. I did that video where I'm doing my makeup and I'm telling all of the horror stories that came with organizing our wedding, which thank God were not many. The DJ we ended up with is called Marius LINKS. He has 25 years of experience, and I was just, you know, I'm a true believer that things do happen for a reason, and maybe it was destiny that we were not supposed to have that girl for our wedding, and I was supposed to end up with Mark. Such a professional guy, very straightforward as well, a bit like the photographer. You can actually see when you're talking to someone that does this for a living. I love when something is so structured that I know what to do, because it's that or it's nothing. When you're organizing your wedding, a massive tip that I can give you: surround yourself with professionals, because it's your day. You can't have it ruined by people that you're paying and don't know how to do their job. I'm gonna leave again the website, because they have plenty of add-ons as well. They have videographer if you want a videographer, and maybe you go with a photographer that doesn't have a videographer. They have the photo booth, which is what I wanted so bad, but then because of everything that went on with the DJ, the photo booth just went on the back of my head and it just passed it. And I was like, I clicked, I think 2 days before the wedding, about the photo booth, and then I was like, you know what, it's fine, like we have plenty of pictures, and it's not just the photographer's one, everyone was taking pictures, so we had so many pictures from friends as well. Regarding flowers, my philosophy with flowers is that they're absolutely beautiful when they're fresh, but then it doesn't take long for them not to be fresh anymore and to start dying. And fresh flowers, again, they're beautiful, but they're also very expensive. I didn't want to spend a ton of money over something that I know it was literally going in the bin. What we did for the things that I used an actual florist for were my bouquet, my bridesmaids bouquets. So I had two witnesses or bridesmaids, whatever you want to call them, and the boutonnieres for Pawel, his best man, and my dad and my two brothers. And then we had a long flower arrangement that we had on the table of the ceremony when we did the ceremony, and then that big arrangement moved in front of me and Pawel during the reception. And that is it's an arrangement that we actually left to the Eastbury Manor house, because they have a piano in the room where we got married and had the reception, and I was like, I think this is actually going to look very pretty over the piano, and you know, just leave it there for as long as the roses last. And then for the rest, so I call them centerpieces. I don't even know if I can call them centerpieces, because I didn't have single tables and I had to put flowers in the middle. My friend Patria, again, she kept on the side empty bottles of spirits that looked very pretty, and then those ones were used as vases for some very simple, very rustic. Again, I wanted to keep with the rustic theme. And I went to the flower market with my mom. We went on the Sunday and our wedding was on the Tuesday, so we got flowers that was still pretty close. And then I composed everything on Sunday night, and then Pawel took everything to the location on Monday morning. They just had to put these bottles basically on the shelves during the ceremony, and then they went all around the table during the reception. And what made me so happy is that some of the employees in the Eastbury Manor house, they asked me if they could take some of these vases at home because they really like them. That is how we save money on arrangements, because again, I thought that having the long arrangements, so in the room where we got married there were 3 big windows, and I wanted to have a long arrangement on each shelf, but then the florist told me the prices of each arrangement, and I was like, you know what, we'll have just one. Plus the room was not massive, and we had the windows open because it was a very warm day. And what I liked is that if we had that hint of a breeze, we had this flower scent going around the room. And because we didn't have that many flowers, it wasn't like overpowering. I think if we had an arrangement on each shelf, that would have been way too much. The cake is the only thing that Pawel picked himself. He told me, I want the cake from this bakery, we're going with this bakery. To be honest, I'm not sure how much a wedding cake can cost, but I think that considering how big the cake was, I think it wasn't that crazy expensive. It was a 3-layer cake. It was 2 different flavors, because the first flavor that we picked, I don't know, they called me and they said that I don't know which layer would have been too heavy for the rest to hold this, so it would have collapsed. So we had to pick 2 different flavors. They were both very delicious. So the bakery shop is called Soba, and is a very famous Polish bakery, and they have a very vast amount of flavors you can pick from. We had, you know, the glaze and all the decoration, and we decided to go with each layer had a sort of a pivotal point of the relationship. So when we meet, he proposes, we get married. Because we had those decorations, we didn't put a cake topper. Plus the cake topper that I wanted was sold out on Amazon when I went to have a look. Other bits, again, we've been very lucky with my dress and the suit of Yogi, because my parents paid for my dress as a wedding gift, and Yogi had this beautiful suit, and he wore it just once before, and he was like, this is the suit that I'm wearing for the wedding. It's blue, I like it, it's comfortable, it's been used just once, so there's no point for me to buy another suit, because, you know, he's not someone that wears a suit every other day. So he got a different shirt for the wedding day, and then my parents got him some cufflinks and a tie clip, and then as a tie he got a pink tie to recall the colors of the wedding. For the hairdresser, I had a great hairdresser. His name is Neil. He works for Headmaster right next to where I work in Soho in London. I've been very lucky with him because he gave me so many discounts for all the treatments that he did. He just listened to what I wanted, and then again we brainstormed our ideas and took inspirations here and there, and then it was just, you know, the perfect hairstyle for my dress. So yeah, I was really happy with it, and we put some fresh flowers in my hair because I didn't wear a veil. I had this hair up from 9 o'clock in the morning till midnight, and they just didn't move, and they were so steady. And then I was like undoing the hair when I came back home, and I had so many bobby pins in there that I still have them. I think there were like around 50. I never had so many bobby pins, and I don't know which hairspray he used, but I brushed my hair through and they just looked like I look like one of those Bond girls coming out from the sea. And then I talked to my mom the day after, and even before I said it, she told me, like, you know, I took out all of the bobby pins, and the moment I brushed my hair, they just went back like I just blow dried them. She wanted a French twist, so another hairdresser did her hair. Unfortunately, I can't remember her name, otherwise I will put her link as well, because she did a great job. What else? The Eastbury Manor house offered the glassware, but not the cutlery, plates, and all of those things. So for that, I used a place called Casablanca. A great service that they do offer is that basically they do all the washing. So what you have to do is just put in all of the plates and the cutlery in the box where they came with, and then you just send them back and they do all the washings. This is pretty much it. I can't believe it's been a year already. It's been such a weird year, and the 3 months where we've been locked up because of the pandemic have been very trying. I think they've been very trying for everybody, for every couple. I think, again, every time we come out of something together, we come out stronger than before. It's been like 3 hard months, but I wouldn't have done them with anybody else. I always think, like, have I thanked anybody after the wedding? Because I'm not sure. If I didn't, I take this chance to thank every single person that took part at our wedding. And, you know, from Celia and Sarah that were my witnesses, to Pawel, number 2, that was Pawel's best man, and all of my friends that attended ceremony and reception, and all the ones that came for the after party, and my whole family. And, you know, it's so rare that I get to have them all in one place, that I was looking around and I couldn't believe it, that I had them all, you know, all squeaky clean in their suits and dresses and looking super smart, and all in the same room. All the people that unfortunately couldn't make it, they were in our hearts and they were with us anyway. A special thank to my husband that has been putting up with me for the past 4 years now. We had our up and downs as every couple, and we had our moments of going through hell and back, but then every time we're coming out of the storm, it's just, you know, being stronger and more there for each other, more understanding of each other. If you're getting married, congratulations. Don't be a bridezilla. There is no point. You're getting stressed out. You're stressing out all the professionals that you're paying for and that are doing their job at their best. Just enjoy the process, and on the wedding day, enjoy every single second, because the day is gonna go by so fast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell down below so you're gonna be notified every time I do upload a video once a week. Go and follow me on Instagram, like the Facebook page. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you again soon. Mwah. Bye.